Good evening, I'm Bo Williams, and welcome to The 7. Let's get a look at the Big 7 stories right now. And topping the list for us tonight, a manhunt stemming from a shooting here in East Tennessee, still going for a person of interest in a case crossing state lines. Investigators right now scaling back operations, planning to resume again in the morning. Now, the person they're looking for, Jason Dockery, a 44-year-old from Knoxville, the woman who was killed, now being identified as Shiesty Mayberry. Mayberry was found shot yesterday in the high school area of Anderson County. That led to a chase in Claiborne County, ending in the Ewing community of Lee County, Virginia. Now, officials are canvassing much of western Lee County. Dockery was last seen on Pete Sumter Road, where he left his car and took off on foot after driving down that dead-end road. K-9 units tracked his scent to a nearby creek where his trail then went cold. As the search continues, authorities say he could be anywhere, but he doesn't have the advantage of knowing the area.
Know this area, so he doesn't know what direction he's traveling. We don't believe he knows anybody in this area, so we're just taking into every fact that comes to us. We're searching it down and seeing what's going on. So.
Making it more difficult to track Dockery is the terrain. As you can see in some of this video, the Ewing community sits in a valley with mountain ranges and hills all around. At last check with the sheriff's office, the shelter-in-place order in that area is still in effect at this hour. Well, next on our list, we're bringing that same story back here to East Tennessee. Now, this manhunt began yesterday after police responded to a shooting in the high school area. The Anderson County Sheriff's Office says their 911 communications received a call about a shooting around 1:30 yesterday afternoon. You know, we've been getting new information about what started the chain of events. The caller told dispatch a man shot a woman while they were stopped on the side of Moores Gap Road in the high school area. Then detectives spread the word about Jason Dockery being a person of interest to law enforcement agencies in surrounding counties. Authorities in Claiborne County spotted the red 2015 Chevy Sonic. Dockery was believed to be driving and tried to pull him over.
Deputies there attempted to stop him, were unable to do so. He wound up in Lee County, Virginia, where currently the search is going on right now. We do have reason to believe that Dockery somehow got possession of a child and stopped and put the child out of the car before the pursuit in Claiborne County.
And we do want to note here that child, we understand, is safe. We don't know Dockery's connection to the child or if he knew the victim, Shiesty Mayberry, back in Anderson County. Again, though, take a look at your screen for a moment. This is Jason Dockery. He is on the run right now in Lee County, Virginia. U.S. Marshals Service offering a $5,000 reward. If you know where he is or have some information that can help out, call 911 or the Lee County Sheriff's Office. That number, by the way, on your screen, but we'll read it off to you. It's area code 276-346-7777. A trial date has been set for Tennessee football player Jaylen McCollough. Let's get you up to date. He's accused, of course, of assaulting a man who allegedly entered the wrong apartment back in October of 2022. McCollough waived his right to a court hearing this morning. The court set the trial date for February 12th and a pretrial conference on January 12th. He was indicted back in June. The man he allegedly assaulted, Zion Spencer, accused McCollough of punching him and causing him to fall down the stairs of a Knoxville apartment complex. Our next story on the Big 7 list brings us now to COVID-19. COVID hospitalizations in Tennessee are rising. The new booster shots will be ready, we understand, this week. And that's the backdrop as the governor says there will not be another mandate.
I'm planning to make sure that Tennesseans do what they want to do, but there'll be no mandates, there'll be no vaccine mandates, there'll be no mask mandates. We learned in the last one that the government does not need to tell people how to live their lives with regard to their own personal health. Those are decisions that they need to make, and that's the way it'll be going forward.
COVID is one of the 10 leading causes of death right now among children. Doctors say the booster can protect children, and new research shows it can prevent serious symptoms of long COVID as well. Sister of a Knoxville man killed by police 4 years ago now in court this week, suing the officer involved in her brother's death. We're talking about the death of Shanara Philly Pheap back in 2019. Now, you may remember the case. Knoxville officer responded to a hit and run and encountered Pheap. That's when an altercation then turned physical. The officer says Pheap was eventually able to gain control of his stun gun. The officer claims he shot Pheap after he felt, quote, electricity coursing through his body. An autopsy, however, showed that Pheap died of a gunshot to the back, therefore did not, quote, pose an immediate threat to the officer. That's why Sophia Pheap, representing the Pheap estate, has taken Officer Dylan Williams to court. In a civil trial this week at the federal court in Greenville, she argues he used excessive force and violated Pheap's civil rights. As we've told you, no charges were ever filed, and previous lawsuits against the department have been dismissed. Now, you may also remember the protest today. Today is day 2 of that civil trial against Williams, and of course, we're going to let you know what happens. Expectant moms who need a little extra help now able to receive free breast pumps through a local health system. Cherokee Health System is giving these breast pumps free of charge to women who may find it difficult to receive easy access to care. More than half of Cherokee's patients are considered part of our minority population and may have difficulty understanding how insurance can benefit them. This program helps expectant mothers get a resource they need as quickly as possible.
I would ask them, about, well, let's talk about, do you have a pump? Did you try to get a pump? We heard really consistently that a prescription was usually sent off to a DME company during the pregnancy, and the way that that process worked, once they received the prescription, the company would call the patient, but if the patient doesn't answer the phone, they're not necessarily getting a call back.
People who qualify are patients under most types of medical insurance, including TennCare. Quality breast pumps, by the way, can be expensive, upwards of $200. Boys and Girls Club of the Tennessee Valley announced a big initiative agreement with Knoxville Preparatory School to sell their building on Irwin Street. The organization deciding to do this to be more effective and efficient in their 5-county region. Now, they will do this by prioritizing on-campus school events, which will cut down on facility maintenance costs and allows them to serve more kids in the future. But we're told they are actively working with KCS, the city of Knoxville, and other local school districts to identify new shared space opportunities to serve more kids.